we're going to be following up on how to set up a survey in the Office app, how to conduct the survey and collect inventory, and then how to share this information with the customer as well. We're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to click into the first training job that I have here. This one we are going to be using to show how the customer can set up their own survey. To do so, we're going to go to the survey section on the left-hand side, and at the very top, we can see we have this information or this option here. If we click on where it says in-home survey, we can see all the different types of options or surveys that we have to offer. However, there may be more than two, but there's in general just two. The two that I mentioned are the ones that are led by the customers and the ones that are led by the users. The one that's led by the customer is the virtual walkthrough, and the ones led by users are the following three. Starting off with the virtual walkthrough, the way this works is that once we select it, we're going to see a button on the right-hand side that says Send Walkthrough Link. This is going to send a text message to the customer. I'm just going to put in a random number that is going to contain a link. This link is going to take them to our survey module where they're going to be prompted with instructions on how to take pictures and videos of all the rooms in their house and the items that are going to be inventoried or that are going to be moved in this case. So as you saw, text message, taking a quick step back, looks like this. They get this link. Once they click into this link, they now see this. All they have to do is go through the different types of steps and provide the information that the actual walkthrough is requesting. And then at the end of the process, once they click Save and Submit, we would come back to the Office app and we would go and actually give it a quick refresh. And once we refresh, we're going to see that it now says over here on the right-hand side, gotta give it a quick update here. Just play around with it a little bit. Alrighty, I think that should be it. Perfect. So this is what we wanted to see. Once they click or once they start the process of the survey, we're now able to actually view the virtual walkthrough. And once we click here, we will now see all of the videos and the photos that the customer took during this experience. Right now, it's just blacked out because obviously I didn't add anything to the actual walkthrough itself. And the only room that's available is the access point. But ideally, we would be seeing multiple rooms and multiple videos and pictures. Now, the intention with this is while we are watching the video and reviewing the pictures, we are over here on the right-hand side, choosing the different types of items that we see. So, we see a couple of beds. We go ahead and add that, something like this. Here, we can actually state if it's going or if it's not going. So if it's going, we put 1, and if there's maybe another bed that's not going, we're going to go ahead and update that as well. We're going to update, and we're going to see that that information is now added here at the bottom and at the very top as well. In the case of seeing an item that we do not have on this list, we can add that custom item. We can give it a name. We can modify cubic feet, cubic pounds, and the price if it's maybe attached to a price depending on how heavy it is, if it's going and if it's not going as well. So we can see that this is what it looks like once completed. Once we have reviewed all of the videos and photos, what we obviously want to do at this point is save changes. Now that we have saved these changes, we have completed the first type of walkthrough or the first type of survey that we offer, which is the virtual walkthrough survey. We can see that that's now saved. I am going to go back to the other training project that I have so we can review the other types of surveys in the system. So we have this one right here. So once again, we go over to survey. And we are now going to choose, in this case, phone survey. It doesn't matter if we choose in-home survey, online, or phone. The way that we proceed is going to be exactly the same in all three cases. So in the phone survey, let's just imagine you're speaking to your customer over the phone and they're describing their house to you. So once you're doing that, you're going to go to where it says survey items. And now that we're here, we're going to take a look at, the different options that we have. First of all, we have the items on the left-hand side, which are pretty much the inventory of the items that the customer has in their home. On the right-hand side, we have the add room button. This is actually step 1. So in this case, we're going to choose just a bedroom. Now that we've chosen our first room, we are now on the phone with the customer asking what they have in their bedroom. So they're telling us they have a bed, for example. They may be telling us they have an armoire, like the one that we have here. Maybe they have some artwork. and a beanbag, just for a random example. You can see that each time I click on one of these, they are added over here on the right-hand side, and we can see some additional options or information that we need to fill out. First of all, the quantity. How many of these are there and how many are we taking? Effectively, if this is to be taken or if this is to be left. If it's checked, that means they should pack it up and load it up. If it's not checked, that means they should leave it there. We can also see volume or the cubic feet, weight, and if needed, we can leave any notes as well in case maybe it's a fragile item or if it's artwork that needs to be wrapped up before putting onto the truck. And then lastly, we have the trash can icon, which in this case means deleting the item in case we maybe did a misclick, which can completely happen and is completely fine. Moving forward, we would just kind of rinse and repeat this process. We would continue to choose the room that they are describing. We start to add the items. Once again, if there's maybe an item they mentioned that we do not have on this list, we can just add it as a custom item, and it appears just as these other ones at the very top do as well. At the very end of this, we obviously want to save this as well. However, the system does have an autosave function. I'm not sure if you guys actually noticed, but it literally just happened. This button was blue and it's now grayed out, meaning that the system automatically saved. And to give you a real-time example, I'm going to add another item. We're going to see that it says save. We're going to give it a couple of seconds, and the system is going to autosave on its own. As we can see, it just auto-saved. If we maybe want to get ahead of the autosave and manually save it out, we can just go ahead and click on the blue button and we are good to go. That's also a possibility. Like I said, when it comes to this type of survey, if it's online, if it's the phone survey, if it's maybe present, whatever the case is, it's going to be a rinse and repeat process. We take down the information, we add it then to the survey system that we just did, and that's pretty much it. So with that being said, we would obviously maybe want to share this with the crew, have a hard copy for ourselves, maybe even have it confirmed with the customer. So there's different ways that we can set this up. There's one way where we can set it up during the confirmation process where, alongside the confirmation letter, they also receive a copy of their inventory that they would have to sign just to confirm that, yes, those are the items that need to be moved or that were surveyed in this case. We can also set this up so that way it's signed, let's say not during the confirmation process, but once the customer is actually in contact with the crew and the crew is there ready to pick things up. And the other option, which I can show you guys right now, is to actually generate the document on the project itself to maybe download or print out if that's the case. What we have to do is we go over to Documents, click on the Add Document button, and the option that we're going to be looking for is the one that says Inventory Review. Every single one of your accounts has this document attached, so you're going to be able to pretty much do what I'm doing right now. We select it, we click Generate, and we now have this. If we click into it, we're going to pretty much see all the items that I just added to the inventory. And we can obviously print this out or download it if we want to keep a copy for ourselves. Okay, perfect. So thank you very much for your time, guys. This was the survey overview or walkthrough. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave those in the QA section down below. If any questions we are not able to address, we'll make sure to email you guys and follow up after the session is over. Oh, and if any additional questions do pop up once again throughout your day, feel free to use the chat widget on the left-hand side, or you can email us at help@supermove.com. Always happy to lend a helping hand. So thank you very much, guys, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day.